What? This deck is so good! How's it going, everybody? I'm Josh from Elder Drunken Highlander, and I'm coming to you for a deck tech video for Jeska, a cEDH Rakdos deck with Jeska and Francisco that really can only be described best as Rakdos pile of combos. It's just all of the A's and all of the B's, and it just goes. Just makes a bunch of mana, has a bird, has Jeska, that's 2 combos in the command zone, does Worldgorger Dragon things. It's just awesome. It's just literally just Rakdos pile of combos. That's what it is. Let's go over it, because some of them are spicy as fuck. First, we're going to talk about the commander. I mentioned this deck tech kind of briefly in our big gigantic Francisco video. This is one of the ones that I liked the best. I think the Thrasios one is probably the strongest one, but this one is, I think, a good contender as well, and also it's just so fun to play. I'm addicted to playing this deck. It's awesome. So Francisco, as the commander, whenever a pirate deals damage to a player, you explore. It doesn't have to be combat damage, any kind of damage. And then also he can't block, which is kind of lame, but whatever. And then he's got flying and he's got partner. And his partner in this case is Jeska. So Jeska basically says if you have infinite mana, you can cast her as many times as you want and use her -X, which deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets to kill everybody and win the game. And then she has a 0 that says that if you somehow get a creature that's big enough, you can just murder people by tripling its damage. That's more or less Jeska. The creature that you choose with Jeska doesn't have to be yours. I like to target other people's Crom and be like, all right, go get him, Tiger. Go murder that guy with your Crom. I believe in you, buddy. Because then they also won't attack you. So the combo with Francisco is that putting Walking Ballista inside Agatha's Soul Cauldron means that you give Francisco the abilities of Walking Ballista because you either have a counter on him from him exploring or from the Soul Cauldron, and then you can remove a counter from Ballista, deal 1 damage to somebody, flip the top card of your library. If it's not a land, you can keep it there, put a counter on Francisco, and do it again. And that's it. You just murder everyone with Francisco unless there's a land on top of your library. But what you can do is you can put a counter on him, attack, do a test explore, and then if it's a land, you get that out of there. And if it's not a land, then you can keep that on top and go for it. The combo with Jeska is make infinite mana win the game. There's a lot of ways to do that. And the best way to do that, my favorite way to do that, is Worldgorger Dragon, baby. I love this card. This card's awesome. It's sick as fuck. It's just so fun. You just make so how it works is you cast an Animate Dead or a Necromancy or a Dance of the Dead targeting your Worldgorger Dragon in your graveyard. The Animate Dead is an aura that attaches itself to Worldgorger Dragon. When the Worldgorger Dragon enters the battlefield, it takes all of your stuff and exiles it, including the aura that just brought it back from the graveyard. Then the aura, because it's gone, means that Worldgorger Dragon must die, and it goes to the graveyard. You bring the aura back again, targeting your Worldgorger Dragon, and you repeat this process until you have infinite mana, or whatever infinite ETBs you want, and then you win the game. You just tap your lands in response to the ETB every single time. So you want to be like with your lands. When it enters the battlefield, you just tap your lands and all your stuff in response to the ETB or leaves the battlefield trigger going off, and then you just float mana every single time, and then eventually you target something different with the aura and you stop the loop. So you basically just need Worldgorger Dragon and something else in a graveyard. Doesn't even have to be your graveyard. Doesn't even have to be your Worldgorger Dragon. And then you can make infinite mana using the Animate Dead Necromancy shenanigans. We also have Cloudstone Curio in the deck, so with Dockside Extortionist, we can make infinite mana by blinking Francisco or another one of our cheap creatures. You just need 5 mana to make infinite mana with Dockside and Francisco, which is super easy to do. While I'm here in Artifacts, we also have Bolas' Citadel in the deck, with Aetherflux Reservoir and Sensei's Divining Top. This combo essentially just kills everybody with the Aetherflux Reservoir trigger. You can pay 1 life, cast Sensei's Divining Top from the top of your library, then put it back on top of your library and draw a card. Every time you do this, you gain life with Aetherflux Reservoir, negating the life that you're paying with Bolas' Citadel. You gain a bunch of life, and then you murder everybody. Or you just cast through your deck and find another combo. Speaking of which, Necro is another card that's great with Bolas' Citadel, and also has its own combo with this deck. It's a sweet combo, too. So with Citadel and Necro, you just pay a life and get rid of any cards that you don't want to cast for the Citadel, and you can churn through your deck way quicker that way. But if you have a Glinthorn Buccaneer and Francisco on the battlefield, what you can do is you can put a bunch of cards into exile from Necro, Then go to your end step with the Glinthorn Buccaneer in the battlefield, put them all into your hand, then you have to discard them into exile. Every time you do this, Glinthorn Buccaneer deals damage to each opponent, and then you explore with Francisco, putting all the lands that you get into your hand and all the other cards into your graveyard. So what you end up with is a ton of damage, basically equal to the number of lands left in your deck, plus however many life you pay into Necro, to hopefully kill the table, or at least bring them low enough that you can attack with your hasty Glinthorn Buccaneer and draw, discard some cards, and kill them. It's a really, really, really sweet combo. Then you're left with like a sculpted hand and a pretty decent graveyard, and hopefully you can make something happen from that. Usually you don't need to. Usually everyone's dead. We also have Dual Caster Mage and Twinflame, which is a really sweet combo as well. I also considered adding Ardent Elementalist into the deck, because Ardent Elementalist plus Dockside plus Twinflame is a mono red infinite creatures with haste infinite mana combo that I thought was maybe good enough, but I'm not sure if I could fit it. I've actually thought about cutting Razaketh from the deck, and if I did, maybe I'd put the Elementalist in instead. Hey, speaking of Razaketh, he's in here because he's a really great target for Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Turn everything into a Razaketh forever, baby. We just have a lot of things to fodder off for him, like Francisco, for example, and we could do that to assemble one of our other A+Bs. He's not really a combo per se. There's no Razaketh combo in the deck, but he's great at assembling other things. That's the same for Magda, too. She's here as a mana dork that sometimes puts a One Ring or Bolas' Citadel into play. That's it, baby. Oh yeah, and we're also on Underworld Breach combos. We have Wheel of Fortune plus Lion's Eye Diamond and Underworld Breach, which is the really, really risky, probably not going to work combo, but could work if you have Glinthorn Buccaneer in the battlefield. More importantly, we have Grinding Station. So using a 0 cost or mana positive rock, like a Soul Ring, for example, you can cast your mana rock, exiling 3 cards with Underworld Breach, grind it with Grinding Station, mill 3 cards, exile those 3 cards, recast your mana rock, grind it with Grinding Station, and repeat the process over and over until eventually you've assembled a lot of mana, maybe enough to do things with Jeska, and a bunch of cards that will help you in your graveyard. You need a little bit of a graveyard buffer for this. You need stuff in your graveyard. Luckily, though, Francisco fills your graveyard for you pretty decently if you can get some kind of way to buff him or some kind of other pirate onto the battlefield. We're not on a ton of interaction. We have a defense grid, which is like a 2-mana silence for... We're on like red Elemental Blast and Pyro Blast. We're on a Lightning Bolt, which is more a way to kill people than actually, you know, kill creatures. We have a lot of damage combos in the deck, and the Bolt is just useful. Besides that, there's not a ton of interaction in the deck, even for a Rakdos deck. We're not really trying to, you know, protect things. We're just trying to go off as fast as possible. There's a billion combos in this deck, and I want to fucking use them. Oh, speaking of combos, Dual Caster Mage also goes off with Saw in Half and Heat Shimmer. I actually cut Heat Shimmer, though. I forgot about that. We also have Entomb and Shallow Grave, just to put combo pieces in the graveyard. It can entomb a Walking Ballista, for example, or it can entomb a reanimation target like Worldgorger Dragon or Razaketh. Or it could just entomb a good card that we want to use with a Yogg's Will. Oh, another combo that I forgot to mention is Praetor's Grasp and Tainted Pact. Praetor's Grasp, of course, fetching Thassa's Oracle, and then Tainted Pact. We can also use Praetor's Grasp with Underworld Breach or Yawgmoth Will to assemble a 2-card or more combo from other people's decks, just stealing it. There's just a million ways to win in this deck. It's really just Rakdos' pile of win cons. Alright, I've cleverly positioned myself over here so you can see my hand. But I might have it. Let's go for it. This is a good enough plan on first 7. We'll draw for turn. Oh my god. Okay. Easy mode. We'll go turn. We'll view library. We'll get ourselves Are We the Badlands? And we'll Vamp Tutor an end step. We'll view library. We'll get ourselves Dark Ritual. And then we'll do that. Turn, bump. We're going to go Marsh Flats, crack it, get ourselves Blood Crypt, play this Lion's Eye Diamond, because why the heck not? We can actually use that to cast Francisco at the end of our combo. Holy crap, this is pure Rakdos greed right here, or pure Rakdos copium. I don't know which one. Wait, no, we can also sacrifice it to Beseech a turn early. So if we Beseech, get the Cauldron now, and the next turn we... Nah. Okay, we continue with the plan. Ballista for 1. Bam. Okay. Go to our next turn. Jeska's Will. Okay, hold on. New plan. Make a lot of mana with Jeska as well? Nah, no good. Alright, let's go Beseech the Mirror off this Dark Ritual. We're gonna sacrifice this Ballista. We can also, hold on, we can play this better. Dark Ritual, add 3, spend 2, Springleaf Drum, go back to 3. And then we go here. And we sacrifice the Springleaf Drum? I overthink so much when I goldfish. Alright, we get Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Watch there be a land on top, and it'll be hilarious. There's like a very low chance of it, because like there's not a lot of lands in this deck. So, alright, let's activate Lion's Eye Diamond, putting the Worldgorger Dragon in the graveyard. Ha 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 ha. And getting us 3 black mana, which we'll use to cast Francisco. Tap this. This is the part where someone just casts a single spell of interaction and completely blows us out. But you know what? Whatever. We deserve it. This deck is awesome. Counter on Francisco. And we cast him this turn, so we don't get to attack. We just go for it. Hey, it's Pyroblast. Good old Pyroblast. That's not a land. And we win on turn 3. That's sweet. Let's try another one. Let's see if we mulligan this time. I don't know if we mulligan. There's a Cauldron here and a Wishclaw Talisman. That's just the whole thing right there. So we like turn 1, Swamp, and put Glinthorn Buccaneer in this thing. And then we turn 1 to Francisco. Turn 2, Buried Ruin, play the Talisman, activate the Talisman. No, don't activate the Talisman. Play the Talisman, keep it there. And then we activate the Talisman, play the Cauldron. But yeah, okay, this is another turn 3 win with what's in the hand. Let's just keep the first 7 and do it. Jeez, okay. Draw a better land than Buried Ruin. Love to see it. Boom. Bam. Exile this guy. Cast this boy. And then we'll draw. We're going to go with this one. We're going to go with... actually, we want to represent red mana just in case we have a Pyroblast, which we don't, but they don't know that. We'll go with this one. We'll pass. We'll draw. We'll play... Ooh, this is a better colorless land than Buried Ruin. We want to hold this back in case they kill the Cauldron here. Let's spend the colorless mana. Give them the Talisman. Go get Ballista. Put in our hand. Cast Ballista, X equals 0. Graveyard. We're going to go 1, 2. Representing red mana just because Pyroblast. Play the Cauldron. Exile it. And top card is not a land. So, yeah, look at that. Easy mode. This time we can put a counter on Francisco, and since we cast him last turn, we can attack with Francisco, and or we cast on turn 1 and reveal the top card and see that it's that, and then we have extra counters to play with, which is hype. No mana left up for either of our protection spells, but we could have waited an extra turn and then done it with protection from a defense grid, which is better than both of these, which would have been hype. So deck is doing things. Let's try one more. Let's see if we have to mulligan. Golly, maybe not. This is just another win. Wait, so we go Verdant Catacombs for Badlands. Actually, no, we go Exotic Orchard first, assuming we're not going first, just because we want to draw land, maybe. Nah, who cares? Who cares? Get Badlands. We'll assume that we can't make black mana. We don't know. We'll go Vamp Tutor. We'll get a Dual Caster Mage. Yeah. And then we have Dual Caster Mage and Twinflame. No, we can actually, or Dual Caster Mage and Saw in Half. We can actually get mana with this Vamp Tutor. We can go play it out. I guess we're keeping another first 7. Heck it, let's go. Draw, Tainted Pact. Oh, good lord. Okay. Boom, View Library, Badlands, put it into play. End step, Vamp Tutor. We're gonna get Dark Ritual. We could get Dockside, but we're trying to do things so early. Like, I feel like Dockside isn't as reliable, you know? So we're just going to assume that we will have a low Dockside count. We'll get Dark Ritual to the top. And we'll draw it for turn. Hold on. We'll draw it for turn. There we go. And we'll play this land. We'll play this Soul Ring. We can go Dark Ritual into Francisco. Here, 3 black. We have well, I can't do math. We have 3 black. We have 2 colorless and 3 black. We have 1 colorless and 2 black. Wow, it's late. Hold on. I'm doing this deck tech at like 11 at night after a full work day. 2 black and a colorless floating. There's literally a tracker for this on Moxfield, but heck it. Do we Tainted Pact or do we Intent here? I think we Tainted Pact. We go... Now, we can save the Tainted Pact. We Intent. It's Demonic Tutor, everybody. Let's put him back in the command zone this time. We don't see a reason to have him in the graveyard. No, we need a creature in the graveyard for the thingy. If we get Cauldron, we can always exile Francisco with the Cauldron. Let's Intent. AKA Diabolic Tutor. But worse, because we have to sacrifice Francisco too. Alright, now we're just waiting on some mana, which we can get with this Tainted Pact. Oh, the best land in our deck. Alright, so there's Dualcaster Mage. There's Saw and a Half. This is Twinflame. We would have it, but we don't have it. Saw and a Half doesn't require a target, which is so sweet. Like, you don't need a target on our side of the field. You can just target someone else's commander and then copy the Dualcaster Mage with that and make infinite creatures at an opponent's end step. But we're a mana short. So, we could Tainted Pact, and we need 6 mana total, and this is 3. What would give us plus 3 mana in our deck? A Dockside Extortionist. I think it's turn 3. Do you think we could Dockside for 5, making 6 total mana? Honestly, yeah, I think a Dockside for 5 on turn 3 is fairly reasonable. Let's go for it. Let's do that. Bam. Main phase Tainted Pact. Oh, wait, but hold on. If we do that, then we have to leave all these. See, the problem with the Saw and Half combo is it's not hasty, you know? So, we'll just have infinite creatures and we have to survive a turn cycle. I don't know about that. So, yeah, I think we just pass the turn Tainted Pact at the end step. We can also play Jeska here and clear some creatures because she's got 2 damage to 3 things. And then go for the Tainted Pact. That's what we're going to do. Alright, let's see what we get. Jeweled Lotus? Nah. Nope. Nada. No. No. Give me a Dockside or other source of big mana, please. Crypt. Oh, look at that. I manifested it. I summoned it. Exile these 18 cards. Get this mana crypt into our hand. Go to our next turn. Play the mana crypt. We don't have enough colored mana for this Tibalt's Trickery, which is sad. Once again, we can't protect our combo. Why do I even have these in here? It's to stop other people from winning before us if we suss it out. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Cast Saw and Half. Targeting someone else's commander. This is at the end step before we go back to our turn. So it's a turn 5. And then we'll Dualcaster Mage the Saw and Half and go off. Alright, that one wasn't as good. We have a bunch of 1/1 Dualcaster Mages that we untap with. Okay, let's try one more time. We'll mulligan a little bit this time. Like this hand, not it. This hand's not it. Let's go to second 7. There we go. Our first second 7. That other one from the last game probably should have been a mulligan, to be honest. Turn 5 it's okay. This one's nothing. This is a bad hand. Let's get out of here. No second source of mana, so we gotta go to 5. Alright, here we go. Now we're actually mulliganing. An Entomb 1 mana source. Gross. This is gross. Alright, I manifested it too much. This is a mulligan to 4 now. We're not having a good time. Oh, here we go. If you get a mulligan to 4, this ain't bad. Okay, so let's ditch Gemstone Caverns. Let's ditch Glinthorn Buccaneer. Let's ditch Entomb. We're all in on the One Ring, baby. Let's get it. So here we go. Mulligan to 4. We'll give it a try. Draw a card. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have ditched Entomb. No, we should have been all in on Entomb. Ah! Regret. Oh, regret. That's okay. We're going to go get Badlands. More like bad mulligans. Am I right, ladies? Springleaf Drum. Next turn. Wow. What? This deck is so good! Jesus! What the hell? Okay, sure, deck. Sure, I guess we win on turn 3. Alright. Let's play Francisco. And at someone's end step, just slam this Entomb. Sure. Put a fucking Worldgorger Dragon in our graveyard. Screw the One Ring. We don't need it. Never punished. What are you gonna do? Sometimes the deck just really wants you to win the game. Oh my god. Alright, we make infinite mana. We end with oh, we don't have another creature in the graveyard, so hopefully there's another creature in the graveyard. Didn't think about that one. Let's let's just assume there is. If there isn't, we go 1, 2, 3 here, play Jeska, kill some stuff, including our commander if we have to, and do it the next turn. So there's always that line of killing your own commander with Jeska. I cannot believe we got so lucky there. That was wild stuff. All right, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it on that note. If you, man, Francisco is cracked. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, give us a comment, let us know your thoughts on this this Francisco's wild ride, I guess. Now you can see why I love playing this deck, why I play it so much. If you enjoyed the video, let us know. And check us out in our Discord. You can also check out our sponsor, Original Print Proxies. They make amazing proxies like this Past Priority token right here. I love this thing. I'm addicted to this thing. It's all hollow foil-y. Look at it. It's so pretty. I love it. If you're interested in getting tokens like that, you can use promo code ELDER and click on the link in our description. You get a discount from your purchase. Check that out. You can also check out our other links. We have a Card Trader Zero sponsorship link and links to our social media, like our Twitter, where I post weird combos and other things, and also our Discord, where you can chat with us. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay janky, my friends, and I'll see you next time.